Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Wednesday, January 7th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Just as Highway 2 was beginning to adjust to limited traffic, Tuesday's burst of winter weather caused some complications at Stevens Pass and elsewhere. Chelan County's solid waste program is extending its free flood disposal voucher program to next week. The chance for scattered showers will continue tomorrow with dry and mild weather expected into Saturday. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. A plane crash that injured 2 people last summer at the Kashmir-Dryden Airport was caused by pilot error, with daytime heat contributing to the accident. Robert Taylor of Chehalis and his wife Amy Amaker were hurt July 30th when their Cessna crashed into a house beyond the end of the Kashmir runway while attempting a landing. The plane embedded itself in the attic, but the occupants of the home were not injured. In a review of the crash, Taylor told the National Transportation Safety Board that the plane wasn't slowing quickly enough as he applied the brake on the runway, so he tried to pull up for another landing attempt. The NTSB says Taylor failed to clear the house as he tried to regain altitude. The high temperatures that day also reduced the density of the air at ground level. The NTSB says that may have affected the plane's ability to climb out of the descent. The agency published its final report on the crash in November. Just as Highway 2 was beginning to adjust to limited traffic, Tuesday's burst of winter weather caused some complications at Stevens Pass and elsewhere. Nearly 2 feet of snow in 24 hours forced the State Department of Transportation contractor to pause their work yesterday and throughout today. It also caused multiple crashes and spinouts on Snoqualmie Pass, the nearest alternate route across the Cascades. Highway 2 at Stevens Pass has been impaired by washouts from the storms and flooding that took place in December. The DOT says it will assess whether repair work can begin on Thursday. Stevens Pass Ski Resort was also unable to open for business today because of a power outage. Columbia Valley Affordable Home Ownership, a local nonprofit organization that offers down payment assistance programs, has been awarded $1.1 million from the Washington State Department of Commerce. The department's homeowner capital programs is awarding over $63 million to 43 projects statewide to serve 621 first-time homebuyers. The funding is meant to support the construction of affordable new homes, provide down payment assistance, and provide an affordability subsidy. Commerce says the $1.1 million award to Columbia Valley Affordable Home Ownership, which serves Chelan and Douglas counties, will help create 14 affordable units. Overall, 12 organizations in eastern Washington received a combined $13.5 million. Several members of the Wenatchee Police Department received end-of-the-year promotions last month. The department celebrated the promotion of officers Caleb Ammel and Andrew Wilson, who rose to corporal ranks. Additionally, Albert Gonzalez and Miguel Ruiz also received promotions, both jumping from corporals to sergeants. The policemen were recognized for their work during a ceremony on December 30th at Wenatchee City Hall. According to the city's website, Wenatchee PD has sworn 45 new police officers and 12 civilian employees in other parts of the organization. When we come back, the West Coast Health Alliance says it will ensure continued access to vaccinations after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention revised the number of vaccinations routinely recommended for children. And the Colville Confederated Tribes hosted representatives from the U.S. Forest Service yesterday at 2 tribal holdings within the National Forest. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Chelan County's solid waste program is extending its free flood disposal voucher program to next week. The voucher program, which will end on January 13th, was created last month to help homeowners clean up their properties following historic floods and windstorms. The county has made some changes to its operation, saying the Leavenworth Day Pit is no longer taking flood-related household debris. All impacted households should instead utilize the Dryden Transfer Station during regular hours. Additionally, if people have woody debris from the storm that originates outside the Apple Maggot quarantine area, that waste should also be brought to the Dryden Transfer Station. To drop off storm-related wood debris from inside the quarantine area, residents must call Chelan County Public Works as soon as possible to drop off trees and brush at the Leavenworth disposal site. The West Coast Health Alliance says it will ensure continued access to vaccinations after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention revised the number of vaccinations routinely recommended for children. On Monday, the CDC released a new childhood vaccination schedule, which restricts vaccines for diseases like hepatitis A and B, meningitis, and the flu. The Health Alliance, which is a partnership between Washington, California, Oregon, and Hawaii, said the decision did not follow procedure for vaccine policy recommendations and threatens an increase in preventable diseases. U.S. Representative Kim Schreier, a pediatrician who represents Washington's 8th District, slammed the decision yesterday, saying there was no rational basis for removing vaccine access. Earlier today, Schreier and 115 colleagues sent a letter to Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. urging him to restore the previous childhood immunization schedule. The Colville Confederated Tribes hosted representatives from the U.S. Forest Service yesterday at 2 tribal holdings within the National Forest. Tom Schultz, National Chief of the Forest Service, visited the Moses Meadows and Coyote Creek natural areas in Okanagan County, alongside Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest Supervisor Tara Humphreys. Colville Tribes Chairman Jared Michael Erickson and Executive Director Cody DeSottile were among the tour leaders. The visit highlighted the tribe's approach to forest management and their work to build fire-resilient landscapes. The federal leaders concluded the day in a meeting with the Colville Tribal Council. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will let you know what to expect at the upcoming Wenatchee Valley Follies Benefit Stage Show. Expect drier weather ahead with even warmer temperatures by next week. I'll have your local weather details coming up, followed by Eric Granstrom with all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
What do you think of that?
Pretty big, I like it.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Every 3 years, the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild stages the Wenatchee Valley Follies, a benefit stage show to raise money for youth scholarships and outreach programs. It's happening in February, and the cast is entirely local volunteers, with professional director Jamie Donegan leading the show. You can get involved too, with auditions coming up Sunday at 1 p.m. at the New America Performing Arts Center. In tonight's featured story, Dan Kuhn spoke with Robin Wade Hansen, the co-chair of the Follies, about what to expect from the show.
There's a lot of planning that starts before, even a year before we're starting planning, especially with sponsorships in our community. We start that many, many months in advance.
Why do people love Follies so much, besides it's kind of a goofy big party?
I think it's because you see the people in your community up on stage doing stuff that you had no idea that they had those hidden talents. And Jamie, our director, does such a good job of pulling out the hidden talents of our community.
Do you kids feel somewhat responsible for bringing Jamie Donegan on board? It was 20 years ago or so, right? Well, yep. Jamie, as a profession in New York and in other places, is a Follies guy. You know, that's what he did and does, was go from community to community and put on Follies type productions. You brought him here 20 years ago, and we can't seem to get him to leave.
No, I think it's the other way around. We don't want him to leave. In 2000, I believe, was the first year that he became involved in our show. And has, we've had a great relationship with him ever since. And as you say, he's become integral to our performing arts community now.
Did we have professional Follies people before Jamie? I can't remember.
We did. It was a different production company that we had come in, so it was a similar function. A director comes in and they bring the costumes and the choreography and the show. But then in 2000 was when we started working with Jamie for the first time.
And it is a show. It's somewhat organized. It's not a free-for-all. It's not just a bunch of people up on stage run around. I could do that. But we're running into some deadlines. First of all, Saturday night is, if you're interested at all, talk about Saturday night.
Yep, so Saturday night is our kickoff party, which if you're interested in being in the show, come to the Performing Arts stage this Saturday. It starts at 7. We talk about the show, kick it off, drinks and snacks, get excited about the month to come, and you can learn more about the show and what it takes to be in it. Be in it or behind the scenes. We're always looking for help if you can do makeup. It's always hard to corral the men's makeup, so we like to have someone in charge of getting the makeup on the men. That's an important job every year. Come and learn more about being in the show.
And you don't have to commit to anything on Saturday night. Nope. It's just this is what's, if you're just curious, show up.
Yeah, exactly. Show up. Yeah, there's absolutely no commitment. We don't take your name that evening. It's Sunday, the next day, at 1 p.m. on the same the packed stage when we have the audition. So if you thought about it overnight and you show up on Sunday at 1 p.m., you can try out. You are guaranteed to be in the show. There's all talent levels, and it's a couple-hour audition, and you'll kind of know by the end of the day what numbers you're in, and it's based on your interests. There's all sorts of opportunities. And if you have a special talent, like singing, we've had a ukulele player, we've had different acting numbers. Again, like I said, Jamie's really good about putting together sort of those interesting little numbers in between the big group numbers that showcase our community's talent.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast, and I hope you had a fantastic Wednesday. It was kind of one of those kind of days, a winter day around North Central Washington. Snow, yes, we have seen some in the mountain passes. This is a shot from our Valley High camera up on Blewett Pass, and you can see some of these flakes falling around the pass and some very slow traffic. As far as highways, though, it doesn't look snow-packed or even that icy at the moment, and I think mainly that's because we're seeing some pretty mild temperatures, and we'll talk more about that as well. Today's high, talk about mild, 39 degrees unofficially, 32 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record high, a beautiful 54 degrees, and that was set back in 1983. As far as lows goes, boy, our warm overnights continue. 34 our overnight low, 11 degrees above where we should be at 23 for this time of year, and our record low, 10 below, and that was set in 1993. Sunrise 7:47 and sunset at 4:27. All right, getting you into those Thursday temperatures. We are going to see a warm up as we make our way through the week, and wait till you see the temperatures next week. But 43 in Moses Lake and Ephrata tomorrow, 42 in Quincy, 41 for Ellensburg and Wenatchee, and then a little cooler for Eniat and Chelan. They'll see 40 degrees. Cashmere, nice day for you tomorrow as well, with a high temperature of 40 degrees. Tonight we expect partly cloudy skies. There is a large area of high pressure that will make its way up the coast, but until then, this little trough of low pressure will continue to drag just little showers through Washington State. We can see that tonight, and once again, as we get you into Thursday, mostly cloudy skies, about a 20% chance for very scattered showers tomorrow. High temperatures, boy, on the mild side into the low 40s, and then as we make our way into the end of the week on Friday, partly cloudy, high pressure firmly entrenched in the Great Basin area of Utah, and that's going to allow all this southwesterly air to move our way. We're going to see highs Friday in the low to mid 40s by afternoon, and then for the weekend, mostly cloudy skies, a little area of low pressure and a cold front will try to push through, and that'll bring some clouds our way on Saturday, just slightly cooler to kick off our weekend. High temperatures around 40 degrees, and then Sunday that high pressure moves just enough east for this area of low pressure to move in, bringing some clouds and about a 30% chance for rain showers for us on Sunday afternoon. We're going to continue on the mild side though, with high temperatures in the low 40s, and here we go into the warmer weather, mostly cloudy on Monday. We will see though a 40% chance of rain showers, possibly even some heavy showers around the Seattle area Monday afternoon, but we are going to warm up with high temperatures in the mid 40s, and then by Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies, high pressure still in control of our weather. Most of the clouds will be up and over the ridge, and we are going to climb once again into the mid 40s. Time to take a look at your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Overnight tonight, 28 degrees, just a slight chance for scattered showers tomorrow, and 41, and then a pretty nice end of the week and start to the weekend, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures 43 Friday, 40 on Saturday, and then a few rain showers move our way on Sunday and Monday. But boy, look at those temperatures. 42 Sunday, 44 on Monday, drier and warmer on Tuesday, with high temperatures then all the way up to 46 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report. with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Well, a happy hump day to you. Don't look now, but the Seattle Kraken are within sniffing distance of first place in the Pacific Division of the NHL. Seattle bombed Boston last night at Climate Pledge Arena 7-4 in front of a rabid fan base who are loving the recent turn of the team's fortunes. The Kraken have climbed to within a point of Vegas and Edmonton for first place in the division after winning 4 straight and securing points in 9 straight games. John Forslund had the call last night on Kong TV.
Chandler wins the draw. Dunn up top. Here's Jared McCann. The Kraken sorted out. Dunn's bid blocked in front. In tight. They score! Jordan Eberle. And they'll stay put on the power play. The captain comes through. 11:10 left to go. Period 1. Seattle off and running. Now Beniers through the logo. It goes off Fraser Mitten. Played along the boards now, and Zadorov slings it all the way down. Pasternak in first. He scores! David Pasternak. Middlestat ties up Jared McCann. Zaka walks it. Holds onto it. Sends it off a stick. And Aspero can't handle it. Here come the Kraken. Berkeley Catton lays it back for McCann. Catton shot. He scores! Berkeley Catton has his first goal in the National Hockey League. Elias Lindholm this way for Pasternak. He'll get to it. He'll cut across. Nice pass. McAvoy goes wide out in front of chance. They score on the weak side. Ben Myers, a lead pass for Melanson. He's in. Stopped again by Swayman. Left and back of the goal. Ty Cartier gets back up for Seattle. He's denied by Mason Lohrei. Cartier. Myers. He scores! That's hockey, baby! Excellent work by Ty Cartier. Control. Dunn gets it up top. Jared McCann will settle the puck down. Beniers. Dunn. 8 seconds. McCann off the glass. Zone kept by Dunn. One final hope. McCann with it. He scores! Did he beat the clock? We'll see. The green light is on. Jared McCann from downtown. Pressured by Elias Lindholm, and it comes out. Freddie Gaudreau works in. All the way across. What a goal! Freddie Gaudreau sets up Kako. Catton gains entry beautifully. He's got it. He hits the... No, he didn't. He hit pay dirt. Berkeley Catton has his first 2-goal game. Forced wide by Ryan Lindgren. Here's Pavel Zacha with a shot. Pad save to Cord. He looks to melt it down as they hack away out of the pig pile. Lohrei will score. Arvidsson by Mitten and all the way back. They reset it, and Alex Steeves with a shot shielded by DeCourt out in front. They score. Ustadinov tries to pry it out. 21 seconds left. Kraken up by 2. Looking to win their 4th straight. The rig is away. This is Kako. He hits it. Kako with his 2nd goal tonight. The Kraken will win for the 4th consecutive time. They have points in 9 straight games. That's Kraken hockey, baby.
A lot of superlatives were tossed around in the post-game interviews, especially for Berkeley Catton, who scored not just his first, but his second NHL goals.
Pucks are going in for us. We had some opportunities in those games when we were low scoring where, we maybe couldn't quite find the back of the net, but things are going in right now. Sometimes it has a way of, ebbs and flows of the season kind of thing. Power play was outstanding again tonight.
Berkeley, you've done a lot here up at the NHL, but now you get your first goal. You look like you were pretty a little relieved after that.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of weight off the shoulders for sure, but that's dreamed of that for a long time, so that was awesome.
You said your teammates have been pretty supportive throughout this whole thing because you've never gone this long a stretch in hockey. What were they like after that?
100%. They've been nothing but great to me, and lots of the guys have gone through droughts, maybe not that long, but they've gone through them and just kind of told me to keep going, and eventually it would go, and luckily enough tonight it did.
Oh, when you went over, what'd you say to him?
It's the best. I said finally. He's been working really hard. And, we were due. It was just keep plugging away, and I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, obviously it feels good. Get back out there, especially in the midst of us playing well, and be able to contribute a little bit feels good.
Seattle will be back on home ice tomorrow night against the Minnesota Wild. That'll be at 7 o'clock on Prime Video and Kong TV. Eastmont girls bowling team kept a firm grip on first place in the league with another win yesterday. After dropping the first game to Sela, the Wildcats came back to take the second game and both Bakers for the 3-1 win. Natalie Navarro led the way with a high score of 203. Meanwhile, Moses Lake edged Wenatchee by a pin count. The two teams split the games and Bakers to go to a pin count to see which team would be the winner, and it came out to be the Mavericks, totaling 1,837 pins to the Panthers 1,685. Tomorrow morning we'll have results of the big tilt today that was out at Eastmont Lanes earlier between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Dan will have the results on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, Sunnyside picked up another big win in wrestling last night. The Grizzlies topped Eastmont 52-29 at Eastmont High School. In CWAC action, Othello down to Freda 42-28. And they had a double duel at Cascade and Leavenworth last night. Omak beat the Kodiaks 53-18 before downing Brewster 47-18. Chelan topped Cascade 60-18, and the Bears beat Chelan 75-0. Well, the prep basketball schedule had one change last night due to snow on Blewett Pass. Kashmir couldn't make it to Wapato, so they'll try again today. Other girls action last night: East Valley eased by Ephrata 82-12. Toppenish topped Quincy 75-35. Cascade edged Omak 43-40. Chelan got by Liberty Bell 66-44. Brewster beat Lake Roosevelt 53-33. It was Okanagan over Bridgeport 61-23. Oroville clocked Cascade Christian 45-29, and Pateras down Ediat 67-25. Bulldogs and Greyhounds are making that game up right now as we speak down in Wapato. On the boys basketball scoreboard last night, Ephrata edged East Valley's 57-54. Toppenish quieted Quincy 70-47. Omak down Cascade 56-36. Big 20-point win there. Liberty Bell ran past Chelan 77-41. Garden City Academy, how about the boys, the Farmers? They topped Wilson Creek 43-34. Moses Lake Christian walloped Waterville Mansfield, 77-19 the final. Oroville beat Cascade Christian 54-43, and Ediat had no trouble with Pateras, downing the Billy Goats 68-26. Kashmir boys making up their game at Wapato tonight. They'll tip at 6:30. Hey, reminder that NCWLIFE channel will be out at Eastmont High School coming up on Friday night for a Big 9 matchup between the Wildcats and Moses Lake Mavericks. Join Grant Olson for the play-by-play. The girls game at 5:30. The boys will follow at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for this Wednesday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.